Hello, my dear viewers. Through my channel, time to time, I cover a video on different topics, and that's only the only concern of mine is to give enough confidence to all my viewers and to make them a good public speaker. And that connection, I bring our extremely talented boy to my channel, and the purpose of getting him in my channel is to have a kind of interview, a kind of talk, and with that talk, I think all viewers and students across the country will get immensely benefited. So just stay tuned for the rest of the conversation so that you would discover why did I say that the today's conversation, a kind of interview, would benefit students across the country. So I would ask you just to give a very brief introduction of yours.
Myself Piyush from class plus 2 F1 studying in RPS Mahendragarh. I hails from Loharu and my father is Mr. Bizender Singh, who is a farmer. I am studying in the school for second class.
Okay, Pius, I want this interview, this video not to get limited just within a very short space, but I want this video to go across, and students of across the country, they would get immensely benefited of this. So Piyush, you tell me, you gave a brief introduction of yours, but I want to know that who is this Piyush, in what does he believe, what does he like to do, what are his ideas when he grows up, into what he likes doing and what he doesn't like doing. So bit of kind thing he would say, and that would really help all our viewers and small growing children.
I'm a student of non-medical stream and I believe in truth and all that, and I want to be a IPS officer clearing UPSC exam on growing up. Firstly, I am focusing to get a good DU college after plus 2, and then I will appear for UPSC exam, and that's my aim for life.
Yeah, so now I must remove the curtain, and I must tell you that this boy, why did I call him extremely talented? That's only because Piyush is the qualifier. He has qualified NTSE exam of both the levels. NTSE exam stands for National Search Talent Examination, and it's a great landmark. All the students, it's a dream of every students going to school, and when they come to the class 10th stage, it's a dream of every student to qualify to appear for the NTS exam and to qualify NTSE for both the phases. It is that tough. It is nationally, it is recognized across the country, and it speaks a lot about itself that when someone qualifies NTSE for both the phases, so we know what it requires to qualify both the phases and how NTSE qualifier becomes different from the rest of those students. So Piyush, you tell me, you said the name of your school is RPS. So would you let us know that when it was first that you heard the name of RPS, and how did you come in contact with the school?
I first heard of the name RPS when I was 7 year old in the year 2012, when I had to be enrolled in class second, and it were my parents who heard the name RPS from relatives and some advertisement, and then they make me enrolled in class second, and that I am studying in RPS till today in class 12th.
Okay, fine. Piyush, now you tell me when it was the first that you heard the this great this examination, this term NTC. When was it that you heard it for the first time, and then how did you hear it?
NTSE, that is and National Talent Search Examination. I exactly first heard of it when I was in class 6th, and in RPS there are many test series that make us prepare for NTSE from class 6th and all that, and I heard it when I was in class 6th and all that.
Okay, Piyush, there is nothing wrong to in accepting, because in acceptance, when you accept something, it really you feel good for yourself. So you heard the word NTSE when you were in sixth, and for me, I had never heard the word NTSE even throughout my schooling life. So that is how it makes a difference. So you heard the word NTSE right in the class 6th. So now can you please let us know that at what stage you started preparing yourself, or how did your school you studying help you prepare and get you qualified for both the phases. So tell us something, that from starting from which class you started preparing yourself for the NTSC, and in what way.
I started preparing myself exactly from ninth class. In 6th to 8th standard, I was only focusing on the test series that RPS branches was that is going on that branches, and I exactly started my preparation in ninth class, because the main classes covered in NTSC are ninth and 10th. So I just focused on NTSC in ninth class, and the 10th class I gave the examination and cleared it.
Okay. Piyush, so would you let us know that anyone is starting in, like anyone who wants to go for this NTS exam, and since you have qualified, you understand the curriculum and the preparation and the hard work and the kind of mental IQ and all is required. So what is your suggestion, that since from what stage and from coming to which class as students should start thinking about NTSC?
Any student studying in class ninth can appear then start preparing for NTSC, and all we need is hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. If we work hard, we can clear any exams, and all we need is teachers advice. We need to follow that, and just focusing on the exam and just going ahead, we can clear.
Okay, fine. So you have quite enough of ideas you have given by this time. So now I want you to give talk in more details, that what are the subjects are involved, and what are the marks weightage it carries, and in what different phases the exams are conducted. So please let us know, all the viewers and all student going children across the country, because for me, if one goes to school, so it should be in the mind of all going school going children, that at one phase of time they should definitely appear for the NTS exam, and they should also prepare themselves for this exam. So tell us something about the subjects it involves, and what different phases the exam is conducted.
NTSC mainly involves two parts, that is MET and SET. MET stands for Mental Ability Test, and SET stands for Scholastic Aptitude Test. The total marks of the NTSC are 200, of which 100 consist of MET and 100 for SET. In MET, we are made to study reasoning, and in SET, they are mainly three subjects: SST for 40 marks, science including physics, chemistry, biology for 40 marks, and maths for another 20 marks. And there is total time of 4 hours, and the first stage is conducted by state government respectively of each state, and each state has a different number of seats for NTSC stage 1. When we qualify NTSC stage 1 hosted by state government, then we have to appear for national level hosted by NCRT. The whole exam is covered up by NCRT, and after clearing both the exams, we get benefits of NTSC clearing.
Okay, so just now, as you said, that there are two subjects mainly involved. One is MAT, that stands for Mental Ability Test, and SAT, that is a Scholastic Aptitude Test, and each carrying it has the weightage of 200 marks. So this SAT I have understood to some extent. Now, would you let us know something more about MAT? What is this MAT? Because this MAT, other students, it's not a compulsory part of the syllabus for the CBSE school, and it's an additional subject. So, what do you study? What one is taught in MAT? What kind of questions are asked, and how our students can prepare the MAT, and what book you would recommend other students they would prepare themselves for the NTS exam. Tell us something about this MAT, because this is something really surprising, and even I myself find this subject bit tough. So tell us something to all other students.
MET comprises of half of the weightage of total NTSC exam. It comprises of 100 questions. MET stands for Mental Ability Test, and it covers mainly the topic of reasoning, like series and mirror image, water image, verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning. The main book I would recommend is R.S. Agarwal, that is taught in our school. and math, very important. It is very important for NTSE exam, as it carries half of the marks of the total exam. So more practice and practice would make you better in the math.
Okay. So, like, what do you say that math is a kind of science subject? Is a kind what kind of, like, can any students can go for it, or can learn the things, or any special trick, or some special trick or formula is applied? Because when I sometimes try to understand it, I find it bit tough. So what do you call it, that how one students trying to appear for the NTSE exam, how he or she can make oneself good, nicely prepared for this math? So tell some trick or some questions generally asked.
Math is not like that science and SST that you have to learn or cram and that you have to write in the exam. It is just, like mathematics. You need to apply the logics on the questions. Different type of question, different type of topics are asked in the math, like series. Then there are many other many type of logics you have to apply based on your IQ, based on your mental ability. And not cramming is not the best way to crack the math. So practice and applying different type of logic, be creative, and that will be, for the.
Okay, nicely explained. Now let us talk about SAT. So it's scholastic aptitude test, and as you said, there are 40 marks for the SS, and 40 marks for the science, and 24 marks for the maths. So these three important subjects. So are the books prescribed in the NCRT? Are they enough, or one has to go outside and purchase some other books?
For SST, NCRT is more than enough. For chemistry and biology, the NCRT is more than enough. NCRT is often asked in the exam. You have to go through the NCRT. You have to be study deeply for the NCRT. But physics, that is not some more than NCRT. You have to go through the LN notes, and that will be enough. For maths, NCRT is not enough. And all the syllabus you teach, and your teacher teaches you, all the notes he made to you, all the topics he make you study in the details, and some notes of resonance and LNs will make it.
Okay, fine. Piyush, tell me one thing. I have heard, I might be wrong, that the science and chemistry and physics asked in SAT in the NTSE exam. So the label is bit ahead, going over the head from the syllabus of class 10th, and something which are taught in class 11th, 12th. So from there, the ideas required. Is it so?
Yes, sir. And the science and all the subjects, they are bit ahead for class 10th, and covering some topics of class 11th and 12th also. So but that's not very tough. The NCRT is more than enough for chemistry and biology. Some questions are asked from away the syllabus from class 11th and 12th, but the teachers make us prepare of that.
Okay, that's fine. So, since you belong from the state of Haryana, and in Haryana, the total number of seats for the NTSE phase 1 is 200, right? And I heard that the school you studying, it has a great track of giving great results. So would you let us know that how many students did qualify in the first phase from the school you're studying, and the total number of seats Haryana has?
Haryana has total number of 200 seats, and from RPS all branches, 70 students I think have qualified, and it is almost one third of the whole Haryana seat. And 65 students has qualified for phase 2. Only 5 are left due to some reasons, and that is tremendous track in the history.
So now here I bring to your notice and knowledge that the school he is studying, RPS school in Haryana, is situated in Haryana in Mahendragarh district. So there are 200 seats, and out of 200 seats, 70 has been acquired by the students attending RPS school. So I bring you a kind of conversation and interview with a boy called Piyush, studying in number one school across the country in RPS. We call it number one because the result says it that if there is a 200 total seats in Haryana, so out of 200 seats, 70 seats have been acquired by the students studying in RPS school. So let us know something about the second phase of the exam. And how many marks did you get in the first phase? And how was your level of excitement when you heard that you qualified and you cleared the exam of NTSE for the first phase?
NTSE Stage 2 is conducted by NCRT only, but it is conducted on national level. In Haryana, the center is at Faridabad Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1 that I attended there. And in NTSE Phase 1, I got 151 out of 200 marks, and I was very happy and excited when I got to know it.
Okay. And let us know something about the syllabus and the weightage it carries for the second level.
The second level has same weightage 100 for math and 100 for set, which includes SST, maths and science. The weightage is same. The marks, total marks 200 are same, and the time allotted is same. But the difference is that difficulty level is somewhat higher in in NTC phase 2.
Okay. So this is all we have heard about the phase 1 and phase 2. And now Piyush, tell us now in what way are students qualifying both the phases of NTSE exam, he or she gets benefited? I have heard a lot about scholarships the students get. So what is the scholarship? How student is getting benefited? To what level the students keep on getting the benefit? Tell us something to all our students.
After clearing NTSE phase 1, the RPS institution give 100% scholarship and in tuition fees, and we are almost study free in the school. And from NTSE stage 1, a separate cutoff is marked for the exam HST TSS, that is Haryana Science Talent Search Scheme, that includes all the subject except social studies. And the student who qualified this cutoff, he gets benefit of rupees 1000 per month. And for scholarship of NTSC, we get the benefit just after clearing the NTSC stage 2, that we get scholarship in when we are studying in school, that is increases when we are in graduation, and that is again higher in when we go to post graduation. We get the scholarship until we study.
Okay. Piyush, now let me know that what was your studying time? How many hours did you devote yourself for the studies? And what is your recommendation the students trying to prepare themselves for the NTSE exam, that for what number of hours a student is supposed to study to get nicely prepared for the NTSE exam?
For NTSE exam, the daily homework, the daily assignments that are allotted to the students, if they complete that at time, that is more than enough. Whether there should not be any perfect timetable, but the assignment, the homework, and the syllabus covered should be the syllabus done should be covered time to time. And normally 5 hours after schooling is more than enough.
Okay, now I bring a very interesting fact about Piyush that I have heard, and we want to hear it from his mouth. That the place where he stays, that place is at a great distance from the school. I don't know. It's about 40 kilometers or 45 kilometers or 35 kilometers. And my one direct question to all my viewers and students, that do you get tired when you travel, when you need to travel? And the boy you are listening to, this boy has been covering a huge distance twice in a day, while coming to school early in the morning once, and then while going to home from the school. So let us know from his mouth that of what stuff he is made up of, that he doesn't get tired, and in a day while coming and going, in totality, what was the total distance he used to cover?
I hails from Loharu in Bhiwani district, and that is about after total route, that is 45 kilometer, about 45 kilometer from RPS school. And that's quite exhausting trek, and but we have to be prepared for that. After some rest, we need to study, and playing is very well important along with the studies, that refresh our mind and all that.
You said 45 kilometers, that is one way.
No sir, 45 kilometer for one ways, and total 90 kilometer.
So in a day you were covering 90 kilometers. That is something very important for all of you out there to understand, the fact that this boy Piyush has been traveling 90 kilometers daily. The school RPS is at Mahendragarh, and the place he comes from, Loharu, that's in Bhiwani, and one way distance is 45 kilometers. So putting both the distance combiningly it becomes 90 kilometers. So 90 kilometers he has been traveling and then coming to school and studying for 6 to 7 hours and going back to home again studying. So this is something I don't understand, that of what stuff he's made up of, or how does he keep himself physically fit. So tell us something about the food habit and diet and exercise plan, that that you studying for 5 to 6 hours in the school, going back you studying and traveling for 90 kilometers, and again the next day again you are present. So what do you make so strong mentally and physically?
Support from teachers and parents and all that make us strong, and playing is very important, that keep us refreshed and prepared for the next day, and playing for at least 1 hour, the games we like, the football, cricket, watching, TV, but not for long, and support from parents and motivation, self motivation that prepare us.
Really, really, you are a motivator. You are inspiration for students across the country. And one final question. The interview is getting quite bit longer, and I want to wind up it up. And my last question: what is your aim? What does you want to become in your life?
I want to clear UPSC and become an IAS officer, and that's my aim of life.
Why this choice? Why this choice? Why not engineering and advance and all that? Because you are equally talented, and we would definitely crack it if you prepare yourself for the advance and IT. Why this idea has come to your mind for the UPSC at such a tender age?
And that is my interest and the pride and honor we get for after clearing UPSC, and that's my aim since childhood, and my father and mother have inspired me for that. So I'm not interested in that IIT and all that. That's really a good goal, IIT, and good scope is there, but I'm interested in UPSC. That
That's great. That's great. So, Piyush, I must say that you came up to me and we had a nice conversation, and that nice conversation would certainly help student understand across the country what is this NTSE, the different terms and terminologies involved in it, the kind of preparation it is required, the benefit one gets, and the importance about it. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and having a long conversation with you. I really feel great talking to you with a student of such talent and this great talent, and I wish you all the very hope, very best for your future. Whatever you want to achieve in your life, may God help you to achieve all these things. And at last, we have a small boy also, so we can also have a few lines for this boy, because my purpose of having anything in my channel is only to give enough confidence to all students, to be a kind of public speaker.
My name is Ayush and I read in third class. My section is Dolphin.
Dolphin, that's great. You studying in the same school your brother comes?
Yes.
So you will also qualify, and you will also prepare yourself for NTSE.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So can we say one thing which I do all the time at the end of my that videos and all this. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.